today's episode of the Knuckle Up Knockout of the Week with yours truly, Mike Orr, and my man Cedric Ben, who is back from Bulgaria. Wow, Cedric, welcome back to the show, brother. It's
Thank
nice to
you.
have you back.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be back, man. Good to talk about some more knockouts.
Right, like some big ones like this weekend, man. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Right.
we def- we definitely had some good ones though this weekend. Honestly, what a great bunch of knockouts there was. But there was one that we had to just we had to recognize here, man, and that was Joe Joyce, the Juggernaut, over Joseph Parker. What a punishment Joe Joyce put on Parker through that entire fight. I know Parker had a lot of heart, man. He tried to rally back a couple times, throwing those shots from whatever angle he could, right, and stop the Juggernaut. The reason why they call him this, man, he just is relentless. His come forward, his no giving you a break, a breather, nothing. It's just insane.
He even though he's older in his age, he doesn't have Joe Joyce doesn't have as much wear and tear on his body.
Right.
So that's why he can still do his thing. Parker, because they're probably around the same age, but Parker has a lot more wear and tear on his body, so
Definitely.
he wasn't able to withstand the punch resistance from Joe Joyce so much. He's more, like I said, Joe Joyce, even though he's a little bit older, there's not as much wear and tear on his body, so he still looks fresh.
He
Still
does.
looks fresh.
He does. And after months of back and forth posts on social media, Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker finally met this Saturday. It got off to a really good heavyweight battle here, man. Each guy having their moments, but it was Joe Joyce who rebounded after arguably losing the two previous rounds to Parker with a scintillating left hook to end the former WBO heavyweight champion night at 103 mark of the 11th round. Wow, it was late, man. What a big shot, though. Joe
Yeah,
Joyce relentless with it, man. He was just never gave Parker the opportunity to breathe. It was just chase, and be chased. The entire fight.
exactly what you said. This is like the seek and destroy.
Yeah, man.
And that left hook that he finished him off with was very fast and like set up with jabs. So when you're expecting that straight punch coming all the time, and one time you just whip that hook in there. That's how I just judging from the highlights, I didn't see the whole fight, but the way that he was setting it up the whole time, just slowly breaking Parker down. Like you said at the beginning, it was competitive.
Yeah.
But as the fight went on, and it was a late round stoppage too. That's how that you got power when you carry your power late.
Yeah. That's one thing that's very deceiving about Joe Joyce. His punches are they're slow at times. They can be slow, but he can speed them up whenever he wants, as you can see from the highlights in this fight. But even those slow shots that are just touching him, there's power in them and they can be felt. For Joyce, everything was set up by the power jab, while Parker's main attack was the overhand right and left hook upstairs. Parker's shots did not affect Joyce, though, man. And he walked through every power shot like he was swatting a fly. And when he continued to come forward, man, it was crazy. There were times where Parker looked to be out on his feet due to the severity, of what was coming at him. And, he showed that heart and that will of a champion and continued to make the fight and appeared to win the 9th and 10th rounds to get himself back into the contest, which, guys, if you saw the whole fight, you'd be surprised, man, because Parker did take quite a few shots prior to those 9th and 10th round. But then the Juggernaut had different ideas, man. He started off the 11th on a mission, delivering hard shots. Then Joyce went right at Parker, turned his hip ever so slightly, and unleashed a violent left hook to send Parker back and stumbling into the corner of the canvas. Parker made it up, but the referee had seen enough. The win made Joyce the interim WBO champion, which makes him the mandatory challenger for Alexander Usyk. And Joyce made his intentions quite clear regarding what he wants next. And guys, it's Usyk. He wants Usyk next. That's what he said. Your thoughts on that?
I think that would be very interesting. Joe Joyce versus Usyk. Let's see. Is there anything What is the other? I don't think
Because
there's any other.
I've also heard talks of Fury and Usyk, man. Because I've heard that talk is going on. I've heard Joshua's name in the mix. I've heard Deontay Wilder's name in the mix. Everybody's kind of wanting to fight everybody right now. Now
Well,
that all these belts are starting,
everybody wants to be undisputed, and I don't think there's a clear cut winner, even with the Tyson Fury. I think, like I said, I've said this for a long time. I think Usyk would be the guy to beat Fury. No matter, just because of the boxing skills alone, the way he disarmed Anthony Joshua. Joe Joyce, I guess, like I said, would be a serious contender. I definitely would be excited to see that fight.
The thing with Joyce, though, he doesn't have quite the experience that the other heavyweights have at the moment. He is only, I believe, what's his 15th fight. And I think he might need a bit more experience, man. I think he needs a bit more experience before he goes jumping into the ring with the big dogs.
Yeah, I hear you. But at 15,
like he can win. He can win on sheer juggernaut, tactic. I'm pretty sure of that. But honestly, you got to look at him. Last night, he wasn't tired at the end of that. By the 11th round, he looked like he could go another 12. He was not breathing heavy.
Yeah. He had a mark on his face after the fight.
He has a gas tank for days, and this is one thing that in the heavyweight division is going to be a big concern, man, for the matches to come with this guy, in the mix here for the titles and stuff. Like, this kid doesn't have an off switch. It's go, 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 go. The reason for being called the Juggernaut. And with the shots that he took last night from Parker, the man's got a chin. Like, Parker threw some big overhand rights. Caught him twice with a couple of left hooks. And Joyce just shook it off, man. Like a fly swatter. Like, bap, 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 get the hell out of here.
Exactly. It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, man. It just came out of nowhere. It was just one of those things. What do you think, champ? What do you think, little guy? Joe Juggernaut? The Juggernaut?
Yeah. Juggernaut. Yeah. He's Spider-Man. Spider-Man takes out Juggernaut for him. So that's what he thinks. But as far as this specific fight, man, Parker had the experience, but like I said, more there's more kilometers on that body, more wear and tear on that body, so less punch resistance. And Usyk versus Joyce, I think, would be Usyk versus Joyce. That would be something else.
Yeah, definitely. You know what? There's some great. There are some mentions, man. Siobhan Clark. Definitely a big KO for him. Shout out to him and his wonderful knockout. Had to give him a shout out for that. If you guys haven't seen that, check it out. But guys, I want to drop this fight here, man. Joe Joyce, Joseph Parker. We're gonna drop it in the comments for you, so you can just click on it and watch, man. Definitely great fight. 11th round, late stoppage, man. Joe Joyce has power, man, the whole way through. We know this. The guy doesn't get tired, doesn't have a gas tank. He's relentless. He's come forward all the time. He pushes that pace. And you know what? He doesn't give you time to breathe. And this is one of the things that is in his arsenal that is working. There aren't too many guys that can keep up with the kind of gas tank that this kid has. And the fact that he just keeps pushing forward and he's got a chin means, it's going to take a lot to stop this guy. And honestly, he's the winner of our knockout of the week, man. Shout out to you, the Juggernaut, Joe Joyce. You heard it here, guys. Mike Orr at 4, and my man Cedric Ben telling you, the Juggernaut's the real deal. You heard it here. So, Cedric, anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Again, Usyk still takes out everyone as long as he doesn't get too old. As long as he doesn't get too old.
Yo, trust me, there's lots going to be going on in the heavyweight division for the year to come, man. So,
but even how about okay, since you talk about experience, how about another crossroads fight? How about Joe Joyce versus Dylan White? Because that would be everyone. Dylan White is on that top level. He got stopped by Fury in his last fight. But he was in
all Joyce has to do is throw a nice uppercut and it's over.
Well, it's as simple as being said. All you have to do is throw this punch.
No, I would like to see that fight. No, you know what Dillian White needs? Dillian White needs to go and have some guy teach him how to just defend that uppercut, and you're gonna see a guy wearing belts for sure. That's the only thing that's ever stopped him, man, is that uppercut. If you get some guy in there that knows defense, knows how to teach him how to stop from getting popped when he's coming forward. That nice inside uppercut, man. You know, he'd still be a force to be reckoned with, man. It's just everybody knows his game. So we need to get a guy in there to be able to teach him. That's all it is, man. That's all it is.
Yeah. I hear you.
So,
but still though. So Joe Joyce, yeah, on that next level as far as next level of fighters that he's that he's fighting. Dylan White, he already took out Daniel Dubois. He's been kind of quiet lately. What's going on with him? Is he not?
Dubois laying quiet, man, sitting in the waiting for his time. Yo, man, challengers number 1s and 2s are coming up. Guys got to fight each other. Mandatories are going to happen. Daniel Dubois just sitting in wait, man. He's just, biding his time, going to make the right moves at the right time. That's what these guys are doing right now, man. It's all strategic plays that the whole top end of this heavyweight division is doing. But in the meantime, we got guys that are literally coming up from below that are coming up, and they're going to sneak in here, man, and start taking out people. We have a huge influx of super heavyweights coming up the ranks, man. It's only a matter of time before we get to see, some serious change at the top of the throne, man. It's gonna be great to see, though. We definitely have some great heavyweights coming up, but it's not taken away from our man today, and that's Joe Joyce, the juggernaut, taking out Joseph Parker with a late 11th round stoppage. Huge, man. Our man, the knuckle up knockout of the week. Guys, if you want to see it, we're going to drop it in the comments for you. You know what it is, man. It's your man, Mike, saying we'll see you next week. Same time, same channel, new knockout. You know what it is, man.